Hey guys, Cryos Blaze here once again with
A-Bomb Clark.
and today we're ruining cartoons.
Yes, your childhood will reflect. Now we should have discussed this beforehand, but are we going to be ruining modern day or older cartoons?
Well, not everything.
That's lunch.
Well, we do ruin ... So
As you just try to put
Let's-
your
Alright.
down on your axe.
Let's start with a simple comparison.
You're like,
Old cartoons to actually let's start with a simple comparison.
this is a stick up.
90s and 80s cartoons compared to the cartoons from the Oddies compared to cartoons from now.
Put them up. No, put them up.
considerable difference.
All right.
And like
90s and 80s were a freaking acid trip. The cartoons then were an acid trip. I mean, look. There's one variation of the Sonic cartoon that is nicknamed Acid Trip Sonic.
is there?
It's pretty much nicknamed Acid Trip Sonic. I mean, ask Simon.
Figure Simon would know everything Sonic.
Yeah. And then but there was also some pretty good ones like Sonic Sat-M, Saturday mornings. There were a lot of other good cartoons that were around then.
Looney Tunes.
Yeah, I mean Looney Tunes is much older, but yeah.
Well, I mean it still falls in the category because Looney Tunes has been going forever.
Since my dad was little. My dad was born in '62.
I think my grandparents even said that like they watched Looney Tunes in their older age.
But cartoons now are just pure stupidity.
It's all butt jokes or fart jokes or like there's no point.
Sean,
Or they try to tackle subjects that nobody cares about.
Yeah.
Preston.
Here's a good one for you. A good argument starter.
In the Bingish, your name is Preston.
because
You just
No, wait. Taylor.
that's what I do when my mom walks in the room and I'm recording. I'm just like
Shoot.
What are you doing?
But
oh my rubber band.
here's a good one. Teen Titans. The one from the Oddies and Teen Titans Go.
oh
The good Teen Titans and then the shithole.
yeah. I think that the shithole was made to try to comfort fans that were fans of the old Teen Titans, and they're like, oh yeah, there's a new Teen Titans. It's terrible. It's simply terrible.
And the show's so freaking meta already. It knows it's
Guess what?
terrible.
Still nice.
Hey, I need that.
Not anymore, you don't.
For what I'm making, I do.
Shoot him with it.
I'll put a pin right through him. But yeah.
And then on
I personally I can't stand Teen Titans Go. I feel like it's an insult, just a straight up insult to the original Titans.
so we can actually.
And the Teen Titans we grew up with aren't even the original Titans.
I haven't done spells in a while.
Well, I'm not the
Yeah, the good ones.
I just have I can bring tools because I have tools. Also,
TTG is just an insult.
We need a.
I don't think you're getting your rubber band back. Jamie just took it. And
Yeah, I was playing Bob Ross while we were doing
Whatever.
this.
I gave it to him to snap on Rice's neck.
Wait, did you paint happy trees?
Yes. I painted a happy little street and happy little clouds.
Anyways, another cartoon that just made me cringe when I was watching it was Fish Hooks when that was on.
At least it had a famous actor for its point.
Yeah, the bluefish. What was the name? Milo.
Yeah.
He had a
I'm
famous.
talking about the guy who played Oscar.
Ah,
He also played Rick and Morty. That Brendan Blandon guy from Gravity Falls. Because he's got that stutter.
there are some good modern day cartoons. Like, I personally like The Loud House and Gravity Falls.
And Steven Universe is pretty good too.
I've never watched Steven Universe. I heard it's pretty good though.
Yeah. Adventure Time was amazing.
Yeah.
But then again, that show started in the Oddies.
It's kind of sad that SpongeBob's ended after all this time, but I feel like
SpongeBob actually ended?
Yeah, I heard that.
I especially.
I don't have any proof because I don't have cable. But from what I've heard, after SpongeBob's creator died, they had like one last episode
Yes.
that was just, in a sense, like a goodbye for the characters, and then it ended.
Oh wow. Another cartoon that was kind of a show from the Oddies, but was also a major callback to the Acid Trip years. I'm not.
Why do you keep on looking back at me?
I'm watching you.
Why?
You've got a rubber band.
I mean, it's just like what he does. You know?
Yeah, I do.
Wait.
And it does nothing.
Not necessarily make
Oh, wait,
Not to me, because I've got a sweater on.
did you see the regular show?
Oh my god, yes. But what I'm talking about, the Acid Trip that was in the Oddies, Chowder.
Oh no.
That show was a gift from heaven. That's how I feel about it.
I miss Chowder, man. Like I know, like I've
It got a lot of hate, but it was amazing.
yeah, I used to watch it all the time, and a lot of people were like, dissing on it. I was like, I personally like Chowder.
Every character in that show is named after some kind of food. And the show was about food. Usually for my food things, I go to anime. There are a couple of animes I really love that do with food. Toriko and Shogogeki no Soma. Food Wars. Because food gasms.
Dakashikashi?
Never heard of it.
Basically, it's candy. This guy works at like this candy shop, and there's this girl who's obsessed with all this different candy, and so she comes by every day, and it's basically almost like a big advertisement for a bunch of Japanese candy. She goes nuts over it.
I'm gonna have to check it out. Another cartoon that I liked of recent years. Oh my god, we're not ruining anything.
See, well, I mean, we kind of ruined Teen Titans Go.
Yeah,
It's more like we're bringing up our past to ruin their present. We're showing them what good cartoons used to be.
yeah. But unless they're watching them, I mean, there were a lot of cartoons that were around that were pretty fucking stupid
Yeah.
in our time. For starters, there was that cartoon that called Making Fiends. What it was is you gave a 3-year-old magic markers and just let them scribble on a piece of paper and gave it a story. It's what it looked like.
Wow.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think I did see something like that when I was a kid, but I just gave up on it. I was like, nope.
I'm making something.
He asked for one, and he has 2 on his hand.
I have one, and it's.
Oh, he just stretched it out.
I'm making something. I'm making a crossbow.
Are you making a meth lab?
No, I'm making a crossbow.
Hey, guess
Meth
what?
lab is next week.
Press it.
What?
This video's a bit, louder than normal. More crowded.
Like I said.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Well, that didn't work as well as we'd hoped. Let's see. Okay. Actually ruin a cartoon. Modern day cartoon, one that we can specifically target and that's dragged out. Like I said, I don't have cable, so I haven't been updated in a while what a lot of cartoons are. But if you give one that like I've seen or heard of, I can try to like bounce off of that.
Okay. We're gonna have issues ruining cartoons, so let's go to our fallback plan. A little less broad of topic. Pokemon.
Pokemon started at a very great peak
It started really well, jumped up in popularity, lowered down, but it had a bit of a rocky go. And then around the time where it went into the Johto, from Johto to Sinnoh, it was at its peak.
Yeah, like it started off good, and then when the Orange Islands came around, it dropped.
It dropped just slightly for the Orange Islands and rose back up when Johto.
Yeah, it rose back up, and then when Misty left and May came in, it brought it up even more.
Right?
And then
I wonder why. Horny ass boys.
Seeking out for
Boob
the
tits.
majority of people would be doing the right thing and not doing that. If anything, that would make people want to go to a different one. Fuck off with that dumb shit.
And then finally we get to Dawn, and we reach our climax with Pokemon. And
Climax!
then oh no, really?
You said it. and then Kalos.
Actually, we go to Unova.
Oh yeah, Unova. Kalos.
It just dropped. Like, if there was one shred of hope left for Pokemon after Unova, Kalos destroyed it.
But you gotta admit, it is coming back a little bit.
With Sun and Moon.
Yeah, in the Alola region, and I hope he'll make a nice big comeback in the what's the new region called?
Wait, there's a new region?
Yeah, for the game starting with, and we all know by progression it's gonna come to an end.
I'm always excited about shipping. However, there hasn't been a lot of shipping that I've heard of in Sun and Moon. Like, I've heard the occasional murmur about maybe Mallow or Lily. I've heard occasional whispers of it, but
it's not so great as it was back with Misty.
Are they trying to dress
Because I wanted to grab those two kids, chain their faces together, and just make them love each other.
Misty, still my all-time favorite girl.
I bet you that would be
Misty is the best. You owe me a bike.
I would laugh my ass off if the one convention.
But wanna know what killed it during the Orange
Don't
Islands?
bring us into this.
Motherfucking Tracy Sketchit. Motherfucking Tracy Sketchit.
Yeah. There was Brock had left and Tracy had came in, which is a horrible substitute. If they were gonna do if they were gonna take Brock out, they should have, thrown in somebody like that guy that Ash burst in the Indigo League. Maybe he would have been a good companion.
That dumb shit is, are you literally high?
There was Gary, and then there was another kid with a Pikachu. That
I know who you're talking about. The Pikachu's name was Sparky. Oh, there's also a theory that kid met Ash's dad.
He might have.
Because there was a man in one of the shows that had this kid in it. The man was named Silver. And when Ash was brought up and mentioned, Silver showed a bit of a look of recognition.
Yeah, there's
And you gotta admit, Silver looks a lot like Ash.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that say that Silver could be Ash's dad. I even heard one that I hadn't heard before that kind of surprised me, that maybe Gary's dad is actually Ash's dad as well. And that's why,
So why is Oak perving on Delilah?
I don't know, but think about the picture of Delia when Delilah, whatever, when she was when she was a kid, Oak still looked old. So imagine how old he is now.
Oak's fucking immortal.
He was old enough to be her great grandfather when she was little.
Oak's an immortal. Oak is an eldritch god.
Ash is gonna be retired. He's gonna be old and gray, and Oak's still gonna be there.
Oak's still gonna be getting tackled by fucking Muck. Blah! That's always been a joke. He's always getting tackled by something.
I wonder what Ash sent me this time. Oh no, it's a Muck. Yuck.
Blah! And Ash legitimately has has entire herds of Tauros.
Just be like, okay, what are you gonna verse me with?
And it has
6 Tauros.
What are you gonna battle with? Tauros. And that herds of Tauros thing played off a bit in the Alola region when Ash was riding that Tauros in the very first episode. And this poor kid is always getting stampeded over by these Tauros. And let's not get started. How strong is Ash Ketchum? Larvitar is yes, very small, but very fucking heavy. Lifting that thing is like lifting a small boulder. And Ash carries him on one arm. Like it's fucking nothing.
You gotta. I've always wondered,
Pikachu weighs, like, if I remember right, like 11 pounds. And sits on Ash's shoulder like it's nothing.
and his head.
And it's top of his head. Any normal human, that thing sits on top of your head, it's crunch.
And he freaking, during Johto, he carried Chikorita on one shoulder, Pikachu on the other.
Chikorita weighs, if I remember right, 15 pounds.
So that's 15 pounds on one side, 11 pounds on the other.
Ash is always getting this workout. And there's this one episode in the Hoenn region, he's carrying this huge freaking log. Underarm. And it's just like, Jesus, man.
And he tried to fistfight Mewtwo in the first freaking Pokemon movie. Because Mewtwo took his Pokemon, so what does Ash do?
Ah!
I mean, he hit a psychic barrier and got thrown back, but he still was like, you know what?
I mean, any true fan noticed the resistance he actually gave that psychic barrier. That's some force.
It's rather you know how to control it than do it. If you don't know how to do it and reject, that shit, don't do it. It's simple. It's
Okay.
simple logic.
That sounded more heated than we are.
Jeez.
I'm sorry, that just shit pissed me off.
All
We're
right.
recording over here.
All right. You're over here like, what the fuck's going on? So I'll explain this to you. Yesterday I read that you probably have heard of this. There's a big convention up in Sandusky called ColossalCon. Ever heard of it? It's an anime convention. Well, it's like the second biggest anime convention in Ohio, other than OhioCon, which is down in Columbus in January. For years I've been wanting to go to ColossalCon because not only is it closer to Galleon, but it's also during the summer. I don't want to go to conventions during the winter. But ColossalCon revealed that they rejected this panel somebody was trying to have there, and what the panel was celebrating Black people cosplaying, and they rejected it and said, oh well, we try to appeal to the majority and we don't want social issues at our convention. And then we're like, oh, by the way, if you want to go to a social issue convention, go to DashCon, which you might not know what DashCon was, but years ago Tumblr tried to make their own convention, called it DashCon. It had no funding and all that it had was like a bouncy house and a ball pit, and somebody pissed in the ball pit, and it was like a meme. And that's what DashCon was.
Well, we're getting a little extra ruining thing today.
And yeah, that's what it was.
Permit.
Today is a bit loud.
But yeah, that's what she was yelling about, saying, hey, don't run a convention if you can't handle social issues.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, back on our thing. What's another thing that just absolutely ruined itself in Pokemon? Well, there are way too many scenes of Lickitung just looking pervy. One scene. I don't know the context of it. I seen a picture. It's Jessie laying on her back, her knees up in the air, bent. I mean, her legs are together, but Lickitung's standing there looking at her from a nice angle.
I remember I saw this one picture.
And Lickitung's tongue always hanging out. Good. Well, it just looks pervy. And then you have to admit, Gengar has a rape face.
So what do you think about the conspiracy theory that Gengar is actually Clefairy's shadow?
It makes a lot of sense, really.
Wait, have you heard this?
Yeah.
Well, you gotta think. Gengar is technically a ghost, right?
Yeah.
So, what are ghosts made from? Dead people.
Oh yeah, you should.
So what Pokemon died to make a Gengar? The one that looks closest to it, a Clefairy.
Yeah. Another thing. How many times did Ash die? First movie, he gets blasted by 2 psychic balls, turned to fucking stone.
Yeah, I always wondered how that works.
Sometime in the Johto region, he has a freaking beam glass on him from a roof, and a bunch of Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar took his soul right out of his body.
And then he was dead for a while.
In all effect, he was dead. And then he just came back like it was nothing. And Misty's like, oh.
I hate this. It's supposed to look like ice.
You cannot tell me Misty didn't like Ash.
The hidden video, we need to reveal it. The one where like Ash and Misty were married at the in the original
Yeah.
end of the Pokemon movie.
Why did Game Freak go to such lengths to just destroy every bit of memory of that?
I think that they've been planning Serena for a long time, and they thought, okay, we're gonna change this to Serena.
Yeah.
But I like Misty better.
Serena is a bit of a cringy character. She has no real substance to her.
It's just like she's there for like
Plot reasons.
okay, she's like a harem anime girl. She's just there to add fuel for the main character.
She's there to add fuel to the fire.
She's not really there she doesn't have her own personality.
And apparently they're smaller. They're like actual
The crossbow's coming along well.
And I know what you guys are thinking. Whoa, what about May? What about Dawn? What about Iris? The only two that are in the running are Misty and Serena, and I don't even consider Serena really in the running. But
Actually, May was in the running for a while because there was a lot of fan base for her.
well, okay.
They did love May, and May was a very well-written character.
The reason I say that May is, not in the running is because it was pointed out that she's more like a sister to Ash than anything.
Yeah.
And the fact that she seems to have a crush on that other guy. I think his name's Lucas or something like that.
Dawn was also pretty much in the running, and
But then people pointed out that he and Dawn had more of a best friend thing. Though
well, there was an episode where it was actually canonically considered.
Which episode was it? I think I might have missed it.
They were fighting this couple with a Nidoqueen and a Nidoking, and they kept joking about how much they fight.
Yeah, I think I did see that because they said something about the
Them being a
love
couple?
between them, and they kept defending about it and saying no way, and they were like, those are clear signs of love.
What that was supposed to
Uh-huh.
look like.
I think I did see that.
And gosh darn it, I want it.
Because of how it looked, it was like fucking.
My favorite girls are Misty, May, and Dawn, which, as you probably noticed, are from the regions that are, considered in the good standing.
Yeah, those regions were really good, really well written, and they had very imaginative Pokemon. Although you gotta admit, Cloyster was a fucking vagina.
Please, whenever he tries to do that thing.
Cloyster is well, there's the clit, the labia.
Also, Zeta, if you get in trouble, just say I did it. I'll take the
Apparently rubber bands or something.
And then you got fucking Onyx. If that's not a fucking penis, I don't know what is.
I remember how Steelix had the most girly scream to it. Remember his battle with gym leader Bryson? I think it was. No, not Bryson. The steel type dude from Sinnoh.
Oh, Borkstad.
Yeah. What was his name?
I can't remember.
Byron maybe?
Byron, I think.
Yeah, I think Byron.
We'll go with that. We'll correct ourselves in the next video if we're wrong.
I remember, because when in that battle, Steelix set out the most girly screech I've ever heard, and Weasel just went flying back. Breaks a rock, then gets freaking iron-tailed straight down to the ground.
I mean, what? Sinnoh had some of the best fights too. Although 9 times out of 10, I was pretty sure Ash just wanted the fucking deck Paul.
Time to get dead.
I wanted to punch Paul right in the face, break his goddamn nose. He mistreated his Pokemon. He abandoned his Chimchar. Also, what is it with fire type starters and getting abandoned?
Charmander, abandoned. Cyndaquil has from an egg, so that one doesn't count. Torchic was Maze, so that one didn't happen. And then Chimchar got abandoned.
Chimchar abandoned. How much you want to bet there's going to be a Score Bunny abandoned in the new region when it finally makes anime?
Let's see. I've never heard of this new game. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
The new game apparently, I can't remember. I think it's the Galar region or something like that. Part of it is based heavily on Scotland, apparently. So, and there's a whole lot of memes running around about the girl because she just looks pure Scottish. She's got a tam o' shanter on her head. She's wearing a cardigan. She's wearing a skirt that looks suspiciously like a fucking kilt. She just looks Scottish.
Is she a ginger?
I don't think so. She's got brown hair.
Okay. I was getting ready to say.
And the boy looks British.
Maybe they're just trying to combine things.
So
Fucking what, mate?
I'm gonna have a fucking part of my fight or what, mate? Oh, what a nice girl. Hey! Oh, you cheeky cunt. We gonna fucking put him on fight or what? Oh no, she's Scottish.
You want to go, mate? I'll take you on right now. No Pokemon. Let's do this. Oh, dude.
Hey, he's British. And that's another thing with British people. You either got the bad teeth, super polite, or the great dental plan, and we're gonna fight.
We're gonna fight no matter what.
At least with the Scottish people, you know what you're getting. Bring it on!
Well, British, all you gotta do is have them smile at you, then you know what you're getting.
Flash the British guy's smile. If he punches you square in the face, yeah.
It's the most unpredictable of them all. Rednecks. They all have crooked teeth and crooked attitudes.
Gucci belt on, my sister.
Now that's a stereotype. We stick to cousins only.
What's she calling you? Is she calling Mr. Dick Blister?
The Punisher. I won't say the numbers.
Oh my. And with hillbillies, it ain't just hetero. Well, there's a lot of homo hillbilly rape.
It ain't gay unless you look each other in the eyes.
Not skiing. Wait, you better get back.
Well, back onto our subject.
We went a bit farther. Well, I guess we ruined Rednecks as a bonus. Let's see.
Bad memory, I'm sorry.
Sean.
Wait, does it actually work?
Hey, Sean, want your rubber band back?
Here, use it.
I've got to use a pen.
Want your rubber band back?
No, wait. If I was in a video game, this would be my battle theme.
Yeah, it smells like.
This would be my battle theme.
Let's see. We ruined Pokemon, so okay. What do we not tackle?
Digimon.
Digimon. Well, we're still doing Pokemon right now.
Yeah. We'll nail Digimon another day. Digimon, there's too much ammo to just nail a little bit.
Wait, hold on. You need a pen.
I feel like a lot of people just don't
Wait,
tune
yeah,
in anymore just because Brock is
Does
gone.
anybody have a
Sun and
pen?
Moon is actually,
Pretty good.
pretty good despite the graphics.
I mean, Brock even shows up one episode.
Not a pen.
There's mention of Brock in Unova, but it's only for a quick moment.
Nobody needs a
He actually shows up, I believe, in I think it was Kalos.
I'm not sure.
No, he shows up in Unibot. Shows up for Unibot because he talks with Silent.
Doc Brock
Hey!
should have decked him.
That's Justin's pencil. Hey, I'm gonna need that yellow pencil back.
He's like, please stop torturing.
I'm gonna need that yellow pencil back.
You want your rubber band back? No. You want your rubber band back?
No.
It kind of snapped because Jay
Stole your
wouldn't
pencil.
stop it.
They stole it.
What do you
Give me back my pencil presser. I don't have a pencil.
He didn't steal it. It's over there. There it goes.
Werewolf thing.
Okay, so what about like different types of actual people trainers?
Actual people in real world.
Yeah.
Back in the old games, Red and Blue, the big cartridges. I'm an earthquake, you motherfucker. The new games. Okay, I gotta do this EV training and all this. It like devolved into nerd game.
Back in the old day, you actually had to work your ass off to be a gym leader. Nowadays, you walk in, your gym leader's just like your typical regular trainer, except maybe a little bit higher level.
Yeah,
And it's really easy to beat them because they'll make rookie mistakes.
exactly. And way back when, I had issues with Misty.
I'm
so
still having
I chose a Charmander as my starter in the first most of my playthroughs back in the old Red version.
I have 5 Pokemon. Misty beat all 5 of my Pokemon with 1 Staryu.
Yeah. So you know what I did? I got pissed off one day. I got pissed off because I couldn't beat her for life. Because most of my attacks were either missing or just completely ineffective.
You would not believe which one of my Pokemon did the most damage.
Charmeleon.
Charmeleon did the most damage.
Well, here's what I did one day. I got pissed off, so I went in, that little patch around, that little patch where you can train just outside of the city.
Yeah, that's where I've been training.
So I train there. I grind my Charmander up to level 100 Charizard. And I walk in and just scream, I am your god now! Well, gotta go now.
Avon Clark, signing off.
What the heck? You just reversed our outros!
That's what I've been doing. Avon Clark signing off. I usually do hasta la pasta, see you later, and then say signing off, but
Cryos Blaze signing off. Until next time.